guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and today I'm going to be talking about Shopify Capital. Shopify Capital is a lending option that Shopify offers to those who qualify. I'm going to get into more depth and details about it as we get further in the video. If you are interested though, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please be sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into the video. So you guys, if you are on Shopify, one of the benefits with Shopify is not only does it offer different advice and tips along the way of you actually building your store. Not only does it offer really cool apps to help your store become more alert and alive for your customers instead of just a flat basic website, but Shopify also offers funding options. And what I mean by funding options is I mean that Shopify will give you money if you qualify to invest in your business. Now, this option isn't available to all stores. It's based on the amount of traffic and the amount of money that your store is generating. So Shopify looks and sees, hey, does this store look like it's a store that will be able to pay back this offer and things like that. Now, the good thing about Shopify Capital is that there's no credit check. And so it's purely going off of the traffic, the volume, the sales that you're getting from your website. When I first got my offer, I got an email saying, congratulations, you are approved for Shopify Capital, and it gave me an amount that I was approved for. And I didn't accept it. As I went on, the months went on, every few months I would get another offer. It increases based on your store production. So I got an offer, and I clicked on, I read the email, read through it. I went to my online store, and I was able to see the offers that I was eligible for. Typically, or usually in my experience, they will give you 3 different offers. Give you like a good, best, better type of option. And the way that you pay them back is through Shopify Payments. So for those of you that don't know, Shopify Payments is a payment option that Shopify offers to its clients or to its store owners. I always recommend PayPal. If you guys are wondering why PayPal, check out my channel. I'll try to link some of the videos where I explain why I use PayPal in the links below. But I always use PayPal. And so I wanted to do Shopify Capital. I was like, hey, I don't have to do a credit check. This is extra funds that I can use to invest back into my business. And then I started, looking more into the offer and exactly what it meant for me. And so you do have to change the payment preference on your store from whatever it is. So right now, mine is PayPal, of course. Change that from PayPal to Shopify Payments. So then I went over and I read the policy on Shopify Payments, and I found some interesting information about Shopify Payments. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking advantage of Shopify Capital if your store is not a risk store in their eyes. What I mean by that is, I'm just pulling up the article here. Shopify has a article that goes over what they consider high-risk businesses. And so I'm reading it from my phone, my son's phone. I just want you guys to see. But I'm going to read it to you. So high-risk businesses are human hair, fake hair, hair extensions, age verification services, bankruptcy lawyers, computer technical support, psychic services, extended warranties, travel reservation services and clubs, airlines, cruises, timeshares, chain letters, essay mills, flea markets, prepaid phone cards, phone services, cell phones, telemarketing, telecommunications equipment, telephone sales, shipping or forwarding brokers, door-to-door sales, negative response marketing, credit card and identity theft protection, the use of credit to pay for lending services, any businesses that we believe possess elevated financial risk, legal liability, or violates card network or bank policies. Pretty much is, that's what they consider high-risk businesses. And so the first line is human hair, fake hair, or hair extensions. And of course, again, if you guys have been following me, you know that I have a website, a hair company. It's badchickhair.com. And so this isn't going to work for me. And so I called Shopify just to get a clear understanding, because I couldn't understand. I was like, well, if I'm not eligible for it, then why did I receive an email? And why, when I log into my online store, why does it say that this is an offer that I can take advantage of? And so the agent advised me that, hey, Shopify looks purely on your sales. They look on the pretty much health and growth of your website as far as who they decide to give these offers to. And so I'm like, well, if I take advantage of it, will I still receive the money in my account? And they say yes. And I said, okay, so I'm a high-risk business considered to shop, in Shopify's eyes. So if I take the money and I switch my payment from PayPal over to Shopify Payments and something happens, what kind of recourse do I have? This is a question that you always want to ask when you're looking at what payment method to use for your hair company, because you have to make sure that you're protecting yourself. I told you guys a story a while back about me using credit cards on my store and me actually sending out the hair to someone, then receiving the hair, and then them filing a dispute and taking the money back. So I was out of my hair, my product, and also my money. And so I called the police. I filed a police report. They were all the way in California. I'm in Michigan. The police went to their house, but at that point, what can they really do? You know what I mean? Like they're not going to go take the hair out of her head, package it back up, send it to me. And even if they did, I wouldn't want it back. And so I took a loss. And so because of that, I make sure that I'm educated on all of the policies regarding the payment method that I'm using. And so I tell you guys, be very careful with that. You know, I know when you first start your online business, you're just such in a rush to get orders. You're such in a rush to actually get a payment, just to get some money. And when you get the money deposited into your account, you're feeling safe. And although, you know, a lot of the times you may be safe, but it's those couple of times that you are not really aware of what your customers can do, and it leaves you in a position where your business is taking a loss. And especially if you're a startup business, I mean, I don't care if you're not a startup business, no one wants to take a loss. You know, you didn't budget for that loss. And so I make sure that I read up on the policies. That's why I recommend PayPal. You know, I don't do Cash App. I don't do anything like that for my business, because I want to make sure that I'm comfortable and I'm up to date with all of the policies and what happens for me. You know, who fights for me? Who fights for the store owner? You know, I need to make sure that if something happens or someone tries to do something that's wrong, you know, I want to make sure that I have a chance to provide information. Let me provide you with my store policy. Let me provide you with my no refund policy. Let me provide you with this so that we can fight fair. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying, oh, I'm going to go ahead and work in the customer's favor because you're a high risk business. And so Shopify payments, not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I didn't choose to go with that offer because Shopify payments, if a customer was to, or what I was advised is if a customer was to, you know, dispute the transaction, there really wouldn't be any recourse that I would have because Shopify payments is powered through Stripe. And if you guys have been following me again, then you understand when I explained the time that I was taken advantage of, or the time that I took a loss from using Stripe, you know, it just was not a good experience. So when I found out that, I said, you know what, I know for sure I'm not going to use this option, because in order for me to get the money, in order for me to actually, you know, take advantage of the offer that you guys sent me, I have to change over to Shopify payments. Shopify payments is already telling me that I'm a high risk business and already telling me that it's powered through Stripe. And like I said before, Stripe is a payment processing system. They're not going to fight for you. So if a customer wants to get their money back, pretty much they're going to get their money back. You know, Stripe is going to send that information over to their bank, and their bank is going to go ahead and take the money back from your account. And so we have to make sure that we're reading up on policies, you guys. Be careful. I mean, for any, you know, I love Shopify. I still have my online store through Shopify. Shopify has so many good benefits. You know, Shopify, to me, in my opinion, is the best. And so I'm still using Shopify. You know, I haven't strayed away from that, but you still want to make sure that every offer that you take advantage of, you're reading thoroughly, you're doing your research, you're making sure that you're educated on the process and educated on their policies, because we're not just making sure that we can have a store where people can just, you know, do anything, you know, send us money anyway. We want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and our business. And so with PayPal, it's a really good idea because PayPal fights for both. PayPal is fair. You know, they're going to listen to your customer and they're also going to listen to the store owner. And so I've had great experiences with PayPal since I've been using PayPal. And so, you know, just make sure that you're researching it, like I said, and not even just with Shopify Capital. You want to make sure that you're doing that with any lending options or any lending offers that you receive. Like I mentioned in a few videos before, you guys, I used to work in the financial industry. I was a loan officer. And although loans help businesses, you know, you want to make sure that loans are going to help you as well. You don't want to just take advice from everyone. You want to make sure that you're using your discernment, and you want to make sure that you're researching, and you want to make sure that you're, you know, discretionary in the advice that you're adhering to. And so many times, you know, different places, I'm not saying this about Shopify, but different financial institutions will ride off of the fact that you're a new business. And, you know, most businesses, you need money to start, you know what I mean? Especially to have the start that a lot of businesses are wanting to start, and to market and to advertise and to invest in inventory. And so Financial industries know that. And so they're preying off of the fact, not really preying, I don't want to say preying off of the fact, but they're driving off of the fact or working off of the fact that you want this money and you want it now. And so they realize when you're in a rush, when you're in a hurry, when you see money in front of you, you're not really going to sit down and look at the interest rates, look at exactly the stipulations and the terms and things like that. But you want to make sure that you're doing that. Slow down and just take a moment to research everything, because the last thing that you want is to put yourself in a position where, yes, you have some money, but you're also taking a loss. Now, also with Shopify Capital, you have to keep that payment method on your account until you repay them. So the way that it works is if you take the offer, they'll go ahead and deposit the funds into your account, maybe in 1 to 2 business days. Once the funds are deposited, then your payment method is stuck with Shopify Capital until you repay back the amount. You repay back the amount that Shopify Capital loaned you. Plus, it's a certain, I don't think it's really like an interest rate per se, but it's a certain amount that you have to pay back. So maybe it's an extra $200 than what they gave you. So if they give you an offer for maybe $300, for example, they may be expecting $500 back, if that makes sense. So they're, giving you money with the expectation of making money back, just like the majority of lending institutions will do. I'm just telling you guys to be cautious. That's it. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.